So we all agree not to skip stages, right? Well, that doesn't mean a whole lot if you decide to rush through a stage. As a man, this is fundamentally difficult, and this continues to be the most common mistake I see. Here are some show-stopping premature transitions. Asking a girl for her number after 30 seconds of talking. Asking a girl for her number after 4 chats in Tinder. Leaning in to kiss a woman when there's not enough chemistry or if there's not enough tension between the two of you. I cringe thinking back to this one. You have a lot to lose from moving too fast, but you have a lot to gain if you just slow it down. Let's talk about some tips for slowing down. You're at the highest risk of making this mistake when you're excited about a woman. That could be because she's pretty special to you. Or maybe you just came back from a 3-month expedition to Antarctica. Whatever the reason is, recognize your excitement and then know that you have to apply extra discipline. Here's a conversation a guy roommate of mine had with a woman that he was incredibly excited about. In this conversation, he could have paced himself. I mean, look at the second message. He could have let her say, "Sure, that sounds good," before proceeding. With another woman, the same roommate had successfully got her number and moved to texting. His first text was, "Hey," with a smiley face, but he immediately followed it with, "Let's get that beer." Now that was his down-to-business man brain talking. Don't talk with your man brain. With that extra text, he was clearly just rushing. He had everything to lose and nothing to gain. The woman had given him her number. She already expressed interest in him, but in turn, he showed desperation. And from my perspective, it also seems like fishing, which to me, if a guy is texting me, "Quick, rush, like we have to do this now," I feel like he's sending the same message to multiple women. I'm sorry, but as a woman, I want to feel special. I don't want to feel like I'm one in a dozen for you to see who is easier. Now, what he could have done with her is just say hi back to her. Then he could have made brief small talk, pretended to be interested in her, or actually really be interested in her. He could have talked about what they talked about last conversation they had so that she thinks that he's remembering things. That's sweet. Women like that. Then he could have casually brought up the beer that they had talked about the last time. So, how can you slow things down and build the tension? In conversation, make a little bit more small talk. You get her name yet? Where's she from? That's a good point to reach first. When texting for the first time in a while, make normal conversation before suggesting a date. When talking on the phone, have a normal conversation before texting her where to meet you. Put in some effort, guys. It's not that hard. So much communication is asynchronous these days. There's no reason you can't type your message. Then wait a few minutes before typing your next message. There's nothing worse than a guy who cannot wait for a response. I'm busy. I don't always have my phone in front of me. If I happen to put it down, walk away, do something, don't freak out if I haven't texted you back in half an hour. Wait a while. If I see my phone blowing up and it's the same guy, I'm thinking, doesn't he have a life? Like, what is he doing right now? Just sitting there, staring at his phone. And finally, just ask yourself, does what you wrote build tension? Once you have me in your funnel, rushing me is your biggest potential pitfall. When you rush through a stage, you come off as desperate. And desperation is the most unattractive thing to me imaginable. Don't do it.